Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? It's old Ray here. I got something to show you. It's kind of a snicker thing. I've never been one for math. Okay, I never. It wasn't a big part of my body shop career. I've never really had to deal with a lot of math, and never really worried about it. But now I got my new hobby. Well, I did deal with math a little bit with model airplanes, but not like this. Now I got the gold. You worry about the math. Okay. But at the same time, you got to take and say, what's the math worth it? All right, so I get a lot of beach sand, and the beach sand has gold in it. And beach sand gold is pretty hard to separate. And it all comes down to running how many yards you can go through it and how many square inches of exchanging capture zones you have. And how much can actually fill in those layers and still give enough vortex to be able to suck the gold into the spot. So, anyhow, I've worked with Gold Hog, man, because Gold Hog has got the most actual square inches of capture zone. And then everybody was teasing me, well, not so much teasing me, but the guys that I was cleaning some gold with, they were all believed in the gold cube. So I put the gold cube at the end of the multi-sluice. And so we're still running many 5 gallons of buckets of sand with gold in it. And I'm attempting to find the most amount of the gold in the quickest amount of time. That don't make no sense. Anyhow, the point is, ain't no system going to capture every single bit. I have really been working my butt off on being able to take and find that 96, 98, 95, 94, 98 would be really sweet. Capture zone on the finest of gold you've ever seen. Even with all that, they're always, and you guys got to know this, you always are going to lose some gold, but how much is it worth it to you to take in how many gallons and gallons and gallons you're going to take and bring home and dump in your yard or whatever after you're all done getting the gold out of it? How much work are you willing to do? How many hours are you willing to spend panning? Okay, now I've done it twice now. That right there. Okay, I'll tell you what this is from, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you. I'll go ahead and I'll pan out one more, and it'll be about that much again. That would probably not even hardly register on a scale. Really ultra fine one would, a scientific scale, but okay, what this is, I got my multi-sluice, running it through there, and then I've got the gold cube, and I run it all the way through there. I don't even bother checking out the gold cube after a long time, believe it or not, because it just ain't worth the time, because I'll get all my big huge gold here. What's in there ain't worth it. But again, no matter what, as good as that system is, the gold cube's a wonderful piece of equipment. You're still going to have your tailings. How many times you want to rerun your tailings after all that? So what I've been doing, that was actually what was in that gold pan just a second ago. About a handful like that, and I'm going to do it here again in a second. After I clean that pan out, I'll show you. It'll be that much gold again. So you'll never ever capture every bit of it. Unless you just are really bored and have nothing better to do than pan and pan and pan and pan and pan and pan. I love my Gold Hogs multi-sluice. I capture all my gold in that. And if it's big gold, small gold, I know that I've got the zones to catch it, and it's going to grab it. It's so much faster than any other method. Speed is all the time. The speed and getting the gold is what it's all about. All right. So I very carefully made dang certain that there's no gold in my pan. Might be just a tiny bit stuck right there in that very crack, but it just never goes away. I can't get that out of there. There's no black sands, nothing. This is the bucket. Well, what's left of the cons I've had in my clean out sluice there. Fat handful. Oh hell with it. Let's just put it all in there. Let's do a little panning. Try to do this fairly quick. This is Ray quick panning. Now there's going to be gold in the bottom of this, but we don't know how much. Liquefy everything up real good. Now this is just jet. This is full of jet dry. The water's warm and it's full of jet dry. Like old Doc says on all his videos, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Get all that heavies all down in that corner. Stop. Let the water pull it off. Nice and gentle like. Take about a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch off the top of that sucker. Let's go ahead and jiggle it down some more. Now if you keep your water down here in this front half of this, you know that most of your heavy should be in this section right through here. Let's go ahead and jiggle it back down all the way to the bottom. Pull it back up to the corner. Jiggle it, hold still. Pull some of that tough off. Matter of fact, I'm already seeing gold. Just a tiny bit of dust right up there. Everybody's going to, when you get your jiggle, every jiggle is going to be a different location. Some people can jiggle it and it'll be on this side. Some people jiggle it, it'll be on that side. Some people can jiggle it and it'll be on the very bottom. It's just for some reason everybody's little bit of a swishing back and forth is going to put it in a different spot. I've been watching a bunch of different people pan over all the videos and everything, and everybody's got that one little jiggle technique that it'll put it right down the bottom every time. Now I've tried the tapping method. Now I'll do the tapping method when it's really right down to the fine tooth comb and I'm getting multiple different sizes of gold in one pan. But for me, this one works pretty quick. Now again, I'm using the broader ripple side first, since I've got so much concentrates in there. Ain't gonna be that much gold in this. There's gonna be gold in it though. Now let's go ahead and spin her over here to the other next size down. Put some more water in there. Oops, got too much. And of course the furnace would kick on. That always throws everything off in the video. Makes the soundtrack harder to follow when I'm doing my editing. Okay. Well, there ain't much gold in this one. The first two batches had more gold in this than this one's gonna. I'd be wrong though. Now I'm pulling off this side more than anything. And the blonde's cut off, so that way my gold and everything is kind of floating down and over. That's the way I seem to like to do it. Boy, there ain't much gold in this batch at all. Ha! I guess it all depends on how I was feeding it and what layer I was hitting. Not much gold in this one, which is a good thing. might can see the gold starting to show up on that very top edge up there. This is when you're really bored and you want to take and see some kind of gold in a gold pan. You can pan it down to where there's just absolute dust in a pan. And there it almost is. If I can get it to focus here a second, I'll pull it all back down. There it is. Come on, give me one little focus in.